I'm Jasmine Anderson. Final farewells begin today for a beloved band director killed in that tragic bus crash upstate. There is a wake today for Gina Pelletier of Massapequa. She died last week when a bus carrying 40 members of the Farmingdale High School marching band and 4 adults went off a ravine. Wakes also continue today for 77-year-old Beatrice Ferrari of Farmingdale at McCourt and Truden Funeral Home. The retired social studies teacher was also killed in last week's crash.
She was a beautiful person, a great mom, grandma, teacher, just super well respected in the community and really, really loved by all of us.
At last checked, 7 passengers who were on the charter bus remain hospitalized. Students at schools across the island are wearing green today to show support for Farmingdale. Only in Newsday, a jury is expected to deliberate the fate of a Shirley mom accused of running over a teen who allegedly bullied her son. Jennifer Nelson took the stand in her own defense on Friday. She's on trial for attempted murder. Prosecutors say Nelson ran over a 15-year-old boy with her car last October because she believed the boy bullied her son. A special school board meeting tonight in Riverhead. It comes as the district investigates swastikas found on desks inside a high school classroom. In a letter to the school community, the superintendent said a teacher found the symbol drawn on a pair of desks last week. They have since been removed. Officials say disciplinary action will be taken if needed. With no sign the migrant surge is ending, the governor is bringing more National Guard troops to New York City. The additional 150 Guard members will help with the asylum seeker crisis. It brings the total number of National Guard service members helping the city to more than 2,000. The new Guard members will help migrants find jobs.
You'll be helping them get a job, helping them support themselves, helping them leave these shelters, because I believe they did not come all these thousands of miles to live in a shelter with hundreds, if not thousands of others.
Last week, the Biden administration said it would offer Venezuelan migrants in the U.S. an expedited pathway to work papers. The FDNY just reached a somber milestone following the recent deaths of 2 Ground Zero first responders.
In just the last 2 weeks since the 22nd anniversary of September 11, 2001, we have lost another 2 FDNY members. His passing represents a doubling of the FDNY's losses from the September 11th attacks.
343 firefighters died on 9/11. That same number has now died of illnesses related to spending time at Ground Zero. A U.S. soldier killed in a German minefield during World War II will be buried here on our island. The remains of U.S. Army Sergeant Bernard J. Sweeney Jr. will be buried at Calverton National Cemetery next month. His remains have been unidentified for 77 years. Costs for his burial with military honors were covered by Wading River Funeral Home, along with other veterans groups. President Biden is headed to Michigan today to join the striking auto workers.
I think the UAW gave up an incredible amount back when the automobile industry was going under. They give everything from their pensions on, and they saved the automobile industry. And I think that now that the industry is roaring back, they should participate in the benefit of that.
It's believed Biden will be the first sitting president to join a union picket line when he appears with UAW workers in Detroit today. Workers are demanding higher pay. Pressure continues to mount for Jets QB Zach Wilson. The greatest quarterback in Jets history now says he's seen enough. Joe Namath blasted Wilson during an interview on the Michael Kay show yesterday afternoon. Namath used the words awful and disgusting in describing what he saw from Wilson in Sunday's loss to the Patriots. Meanwhile, Travis Kelce's merchandise sales are soaring thanks to his rumored romance with Taylor Swift. Fanatics tells multiple media outlets that Kelce's number 87 jersey is among the most popular items on the NFL shop. It saw nearly 400% spike after Swift attended Sunday's Chiefs game. Preseason hockey. The Islanders open their 6-game preseason schedule tonight against the Rangers at Madison Square Garden. The Powerball jackpot is swelling, now one of the largest ever. No one matched all the numbers last night. Wednesday's estimated jackpot is $835 million. Good luck. Well, checking out your hyper-local Tuesday forecast, here's a look at your day planner. Showers continue today, highs around 60 degrees. Tonight, the rain will clear out, but the sun will come out tomorrow with highs around 67 degrees. And here's a look at your futurecast. You can see the rain moving out this evening. A look at your 7-day forecast coming out.
High School Sports is sponsored by PC Richard & Son.
Time for some high school football action. I'm Greg Sarah. We begin with a Suffolk Division III matchup featuring two undefeated teams, Sayville and Hills West. Sayville, they adjusted their game plan and went ground and pound behind the offensive line of Landon Garrett, Michael Caparasso, Jackson Nugebauer, Mitch Kohler, and Michael Sands to clear the way for halfback Kyle Messina. On this play, he takes the ball 57 yards to the end zone. Messina, he had 3 touchdowns and ran for 197 yards in the game. The Colts offense, well, they struggled in the heavy wind and rain. Quarterback Joseph Filardi, he loses the handle on the ball, and the Golden Flashers recover. Sayville's defense, they sacked Filardi 6 times and held the Colts to a fourth-quarter touchdown. The Golden Flashers, they win 34-7 to become the last undefeated team in Suffolk's Division III. Hills West, they dropped to 3-1. Sayville head coach Reed Sands told us what the difference was in this game.
O-line and great defense, and I have a pretty damn good running back there too.
The O-line, I can't really say enough about it. The holes they were creating for me was just insane. You could drive a truck through most of those. It was, and then the defense, I mean, we executed the game plan perfectly.
There was a big Conference 4 matchup in Nassau County, Cold Spring Harbor and Locust Valley. The Falcons, they made the most of their homecoming game, beating Cold Spring Harbor 20-8. But this game, it was more than just football. Newsday TV's Carissa Kelman explains.
We're bringing the game home.
An honorary football game from France has made its way to Locust Valley. The Long Island town honored its historical French connection by naming its homecoming game against Cold Spring Harbor the Remembrance Bowl.
Locust Valley is the sister city to Saint-Mère-Église, which was the first liberated city in France.
The Remembrance Bowl has been played by soldiers in Normandy since 2018 to commemorate American troops.
Our American soldiers were going to play it, and then they were called to duty at the Battle of the Bulge, and many of them never came home. And so we are completing what they wanted to do.
Helen Patton, the granddaughter of General Patton, started the annual game in France before choosing Locust Valley to be the first town to host it in the United States.
They took it on with full gusto, and then to have the opposing team take it on, it just was, it was exactly what it meant to be.
Helen Patton and Michelle Strauss kind of led us through the traditional jersey signing ceremony, which also happens at the Remembrance Bowl that's played every year in France. And the kids go around, they sign each other's uniforms, and they're actually playing in the uniforms that they signed today.
The spirit here today, like the rain, has been overwhelming. A few of these players' jerseys will go back to Normandy, but the history behind the game will stay with these players forever.
This memorial, all this stuff, it came together, and we were just playing for that trophy and our community.
They stand in the footsteps of those soldiers who couldn't play the game.
In Locust Valley, Carissa Kelman, Newsday TV.
Great job, Carissa, braving those elements. You're an MVP. For more on these teams and more exclusive local sports coverage, go to Newsday.com. Just click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Jewelry maven Allie Weiss just opened a new piercing bar on the island. Elisa DiStefano has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
I don't know where to look first. There's a whole lot of sparkle around here.
It's overwhelming.
Allie Weiss has built a brand based on her signature stacking style.
I love to layer, so this is not a place if you want to be a minimalist.
All right, I'm going to embrace it all, so let's bring on the bling.
Okay, I love it. Let's bring on the bling.
She's created a jewelry experience. You don't just shop, you can get styled too. I love jewelry but I've never been good at layering.
Okay, we get that all the time. I pulled a whole bunch of chains, a whole bunch of necklaces, and a few charms.
All right, so let's play dress up.
All right, let's do it. I would start with a top layer that you'll always wear, never take off, and make another layer here. Then we can make a longer layer to hang down.
I love the evil eye.
Okay, good, love it.
I love it all.
Wearable, fun jewelry that has meaning, that makes you feel good and tells like your story. Elisa, you are beautifully layered.
I'm layered and I love it. I love it.
I'm so
I feel
happy.
like it was made for me.
There's also a super selection of earrings and private piercing room.
Another big part of what you do here, the piercing.
The piercing, let's get pierced.
All right, so it all happens right in there?
Right in there. We don't use a gun, we use a needle.
Wow.
So there are licensed professional piercers who have been doing this for years, and that is their career. I don't want you walking out of here unless you are so happy, so in love, and that is my main goal.
I feel pretty happy. I'm gonna have to put this on my Allie Weiss wish list.
We do wish lists.
Elisa DiStefano, NewsdayTV.
Very beautiful. Read more about the new piercing bar on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Honoring our four-legged friends who've crossed the Rainbow Bridge. Steve Langford has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
It's raining cats and dogs at National Pet Memorial Day in Wantagh, where there is nary a howl, a growl, or whimper from the crowd of pet mourners.
Unbelievable dedication and passion to pets is on display right here.
The ceremony at the Bidawee Pet Memorial Park, a show of eternal gratitude for unconditional love.
It's about coming home to a special being who can hardly contain their excitement when they see us come home.
The 107-year-old pet cemetery here has 30,000 plots for a veritable Noah's Ark of the dearly departed.
A fish, a snake, a raccoon, a skunk, a tortoise, a lizard, and even an alligator, all of which are buried here in our cemetery.
Perhaps best known here, the burial site of Checkers, the Nixon family dog in the 1950s that the then vice presidential candidate evoked in a classic prime-time TV address to help save his place on the ticket with General Eisenhower. 22 years ago, President Nixon's daughter, Julie Eisenhower Nixon, said someday they're going to move Checkers' remains to the grounds of the Nixon Presidential Library in California, where the late president and his wife Pat are buried. But it seems Checkers is still here in Wantagh.
Cesar, Fluffy, Bingo, Smokey, Rusty, Pepper, Buttons, and Lucky. We love and miss you very much.
The emotional staying power of a beloved pet unmatched in the American psyche. A record number of dedications to mourned animals read here aloud in the pouring rain. An enduring memorial where all dogs and every other creature go to heaven, even Satan. Steve Langford for Newsday TV.
Read more about pet memorials on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
My goal is to entertain, but also to let you into the places where the fans can't go. I want to take the readers inside the locker room, inside the heads of the athletes.
Newsday, covering Long Island like no one else can.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with a look at your hyperlocal 7-day forecast.